You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken Tech for your ears.
The digital world, it just never stops, does it? New threats, new defenses, it's relentless. Today, we're jumping right into some really pressing cybersecurity stuff that's been happening. We want to quickly get to what's going on and what it actually means for you.
Yeah, it really is a constant race, isn't it? We've got everything from these super stealthy long-term hacks to totally new ways attackers are using AI, and then there are these huge foundational shifts happening too.
Right. And you'd think the big players are safe, but, well, that's often not the case. Look at Aeroflot, the Russian airline. There are claims they were compromised for a whole year. A year. And supposedly 7,000 servers wiped, blamed on IT issues. I mean, what does that kind of long-haul attack tell us?
Well, it really makes you question what a breach even means anymore, right? This wasn't quick. It was basically an occupation.
Yeah.
The big takeaway isn't just the damage, though that's obviously huge. It's how that long-term access can ripple out. Think supply chains, partners, future attacks. It all stems from that initial undetected foothold. It's a failure of sustained detection.
And it's not just, shadowy state actors. The criminal side is getting scarily sophisticated.
Right.
We're seeing ransomware gangs really step up their game. Take Global Group, they hit Albavisión, the Spanish media giant. But get this, they're apparently using AI chatbots now to pick targets, demanding million-dollar ransoms, hitting media, healthcare, and it hits individuals too. That NASCAR breach, Social Security numbers gone.
Yeah.
Or the T-dating app leak. Over 1 million private messages, 59 gigs of data that just keeps escalating.
Yeah, the AI chatbot thing, that's a serious jump. It's about automation, precision, scale. It's not just brute force anymore. The money is obviously the driver, but the fallout, losing that much personal data, the trust an organization loses, that impact is deep and lasts a long time.
Okay, let's switch gears to some maybe unexpected hidden flaws. Imagine your security camera, right? Something like the LG Innotek LNV5110R. Meant to keep you safe. Turns out there's a way to bypass authentication, get full admin access remotely, and the kicker, LG says nope, no patch, because the camera is end of life. It's like your old guard dog letting burglars in because its leash snapped, and they don't make that leash anymore.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And the thing is, this isn't just about one old camera model. It's a huge reminder that your vulnerabilities don't just vanish when you stop actively using something. These forgotten, unpatched devices are just sitting there, waiting. Perfect targets. It really hammers home the need for solid lifecycle management. You gotta know what you have, even the old stuff.
And speaking of vulnerabilities, Microsoft found a really interesting one in macOS CVE 2025-31199. It cleverly used Spotlight's.mdimporter plugins, the little things that help Spotlight index your files. Use those to just walk right past TCC protections, the system that's supposed to guard your private data. Why is using something like a .mdimporter for this so bad, especially with stuff like GPS or face data?
Well, it's clever because Spotlight is supposed to be harmless, right? It touches everything. By exploiting its plugins, an attacker could get around TCC, which normally asks for your permission. So they could silently grab really sensitive stuff, your location history, maybe even face recognition data from Apple intelligence caches.
Right.
Without you ever knowing. That's a massive privacy hole, especially since that data often syncs across all your devices.
Wow. Okay, and then there's the cutting-edge AI stuff. Google's Gemini CLI had a flaw. It involves something called prompt injection, but in its context files. This allowed for silent code stealing, even credential theft. What makes that so different and dangerous for these AI coding tools?
It's a whole new kind of threat, really specific to these AI systems and LLMs. It's not like a traditional bug exploit. Prompt injection lets an attacker subtly trick the AI into doing things it shouldn't, like leaking code or passwords. And it's stealthy, often hard to spot. We need a completely different way of thinking about security for these AI tools that are getting baked into everything.
Okay, so it feels a bit overwhelming. What are we doing on the defense side? What actually helps? I saw something about human-centered investigation playbooks. It sounds like a standard way to guide analysts.
Yeah, exactly. It's about giving security analysts a structured workflow. Clear questions, context, knowing which logs to check. It makes incident response much more efficient and consistent, helps analysts make smarter decisions faster. That's why you see platforms like Security Onion adopting it. It's practical help.
And AI isn't just a threat vector, right? People are using it for defense, too. Like Arcanum's AI security scaling rubric. It lays out stages for using AI.
Right. It gives organizations a roadmap. You start small, maybe AI is just an assistant, then you move towards automating whole workflows, and eventually you scale that AI capability across the whole organization. It's about strategically building up how you use AI for defense, not just, buying a tool and hoping for the best.
And then there's this fascinating, really long-term fix. Debian Linux distribution, they're switching to 64-bit time even for their 32-bit systems. To avoid the Y2K38 bug, when 32-bit time runs out, this impacts thousands of packages. Brace something called ABI compatibility. What does that mean? Breaking ABI, and why do it?
Breaking ABI compatibility is a huge deal. It means older 32-bit software built for the old system might just break. It won't work correctly without being updated or even rewritten. It shows you the massive scale of what Debian's doing. This isn't trivial, but it's necessary, right? It's fixing a fundamental problem decades before it hits. It's that kind of forward thinking, that foundational work that keeps things running long term, a proactive strike against a future digital mess.
Wow, so quite the tour today, huh? From cameras letting people in to AI stealing code, massive OS updates. The digital landscape is definitely always shifting.
It really is. And the key takeaway, I think, is just constant adaptation. The threats change, so defenses have to change too, sometimes in these really big fundamental ways. For you listening, it means staying aware, questioning assumptions like what end of life really means for that old router in your closet, and just keeping vigilant. It's not just good practice anymore, it's essential. Maybe take a minute and think about what connected devices you have that might be past their prime.
Spoken Tech for your ears.